Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be going over how to set up the Delta emulator for your iPhone. With the Delta emulator, this allows you to play Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, even the DS on your iPhone, which is really great, especially for my vacation that's coming up. Anyways, the first thing you need to do is you need to download ROMs. I'm not legally able to show you where to get ROMs or even provide them to you, but if you Google, say, Pokemon Red ROM, you're able to find it pretty easily. So go ahead and Google things like that depending on which ROM you want, and what you download is either going to be a zip file or a actual ROM file, and I'll go over what that looks like and what you need to do with that in just a second. The second thing you need, I can provide because it's going to be someone else's link, but it's going to be the link to the BIOS for Nintendo DS. So if you want to play the DS emulator, you will need these files. It is 3 files. It's called like BIOS 7.9 and a firmware file, but you will need these 3 files if you want to use the DS emulator. If not, you don't need it, but just in case, I'm going to show you how to get it. The third thing you will need is Delta. So let's go ahead and do that. So you can open up the App Store and just look up Delta and hit search, and it'll pop up here, Delta Game Emulator. Now go ahead and press install to start installing the emulator. Once you have that, what you need to do is you need to go to your files. So swipe down on your home screen and type in files, and it'll open up the Files app. What you want to do is you want to navigate to your downloads folder. If you go on the bottom right, it says browse, go ahead and click that and it'll take you to this browse screen. Depending on where things are saved on your phone, it might be either in the iCloud drive or on my iPhone. If I click on my iCloud drive, it is my downloads folder that is there, and that's where all my ROMs and those 3 files that I did mention I was going to download are. If it's on, on your iPhone, you can look for it here, but it'll always be the downloads folder. So now with the ROMs, if all of these things are .zip, so like the top right, you will see this says Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku .gba, that's an actual ROM file. If yours says .zip instead of .gba, that means you have a zip file and you need to uncompress it. So what you need to do is you need to hold down on that zip file and you'll get all of these options. Because mine is a ROM file, you will see it says compress. So I'm not going to press it because it's already uncompressed. If you do this for a zip file, it'll say uncompress and you need to press that button. Once you uncompress it, it'll create a duplicate with the same file name, but it'll say .gba if it's a Game Boy Advance file. So that's what you need to do for any zip file that you have. As you can see here, I have .nds, which is DS files, GBA, which is Game Boy Advance, and I think I have one Game Boy Color fan-made game that I have. But that's basically what the downloads folder is going to have. It's going to have all your ROMs plus these 3 files. Once you have those things set up, what you need to do is you need to open up Delta, and on the top right, you'll see that plus button. Click that, then click Files. Then what you need to do is you need to go back to that downloads folder. So on the bottom right, click Browse, and then from here, click on wherever your downloads folder was again. Mine's on my iCloud drive. Go to my downloads. Now what you can do is you can just click on one of them, and then on the bottom left, it'll say Select All. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to hit Open on the top right, and give it a couple seconds, and bam. You'll see here in the top middle, it says GBC, which is Game Boy Color. If I swipe, it'll say Game Boy Advance, and if I swipe again, it'll be Nintendo DS. Now, for setting up the Nintendo DS ROMs, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and just click on any one of them. So I'm going to click on Pokemon White, and it'll say here, missing required DS files. So what you need to do is you need to click on Import Files, and it'll take you to this screen. From here, it'll say BIOS7.bin required. So let's click on that one, then click on Browse on the bottom right again, go back to your downloads folder, and it's looking for BIOS7.bin. That's the first one here on my list. I'll click that, and we are done, and it'll give you that check mark. Now do the same thing for BIOS 9 and firmware. So right here, BIOS 9 is my second file. I'm going to click that. Firmware.bin is the one down here in the middle. I'm going to click that, and I'm done. So now when I hit done and I click on one of my ROMs, it'll go ahead and open. So I'm going to hit OK because some of these games require microphone. But yep, that's it. And everything's set up for you, and you can start enjoying and playing your games. With this, it has provided a bunch of different options and stuff, so I definitely recommend you look through the different menu items for Delta in general, because it does provide a bunch of cool things that you can do with the Delta emulator, like even setting up Bluetooth emulators, different controller skins, and there's actually an option here, I have to look for it somewhere, but it actually lets you set up so that when you're playing the DS, you're able to make the top screen your actual, like your TV, for instance, if you're able to set it up. See, here you go, AirPlay, show top screen only. So if I send this to AirPlay on my TV, the top screen will be the TV, and I'm able to just play with the bottom screen. So this is actually a really, really cool emulator, and it's very, very easy to set up. But if you have any questions or any issues with this, let me know in the description below. But that's pretty much it. Really simple to do. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.